as we went through the Israeli school system, we were taught exactly who the heroes of the Holocaust were. Oh, we were taught about the heroes. Group number 1 of heroes, ghetto fighters. There were not many. They couldn't give us all the names. So always they gave us one name. Annie Levitch. I never met the woman before half an hour ago. Okay, but I knew she would know it. Mordechai Anilevich, the commander of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. Gentleman was 24 years of age at the time. You wouldn't give him a starting position in your business at this age, but Jewish history gave him a great one. The commander of the uprising against the Nazis, armed uprising. Wow. Group number 2 of heroes of the Holocaust. People who already lived peacefully in this part of the world, yet they volunteered to the British Army to be trained as parachutists, to be dropped behind Chana Senesh. There were 31 of them. Who can do 31? They always gave us one name, Chana Senesh. Blessed is the Match, recent movie, maybe came to your community, worthwhile seeing. They were dropped behind Nazi enemy line to help our brethren. Heroes of the Holocaust perished. Group number 3, unfortunately, did not even have one name to be remembered by. We called them the partisans in the forest. First name partisan, last name forest. Thank God to Hollywood, they made defiance. Now we can say the Bielski brothers. But let's be honest, before Hollywood, not so sure. So these were our heroes. But this is the day of commemoration for the Holocaust and heroism. We have established who the heroes were. Who is Holocaust? Who is Holocaust?
6 million.
The 6 million who were killed, right. And how did they die? There was a sentence said in our presence time and again about the way they had died. And they went to
like sheep to the slaughter.
2, if not 3 generations of Jews in your part of the world and ours were raised to be allowed to sit in judgment. We were taught that it was more heroic to stand on a rooftop in the Warsaw Ghetto and throw a Molotov cocktail at the Nazis, which was pretty heroic, than it had been to share a slice of bread with another inmate in Auschwitz. This is how we were raised, right? Can you understand that the change needed to come? That with the maturing of our society, we have come to a point where we needed to, how do they say nowadays, revisit our understanding of the Holocaust, the judgmental. The change really came in the 80s and the 90s as a result of many things that I do not have the time to point out to you. So I'll take you back to a point in time that the change wasn't there yet. But when it came 20 years later, people said, wait a minute, that man had already said it in 1961, but we didn't listen. So I'm taking you back to that man. That man makes his speech in the year 1961, and the occasion is the Eichmann trial. Israel's Secret Service had located, identified, and kidnapped former SS commander Adolf Eichmann in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and brought him to Israel. And Ben Gurion, your friend, went on the radio to announce to the nation that we have done that, and the justice will be made in Jerusalem. Any people of law in this room? Lawyers, judges, by any chance? Lawyer? Not one? In a Jewish group? My goodness! What had the world come to? Okay, so I'll just tell you the story. I'd like to introduce to you a very famous lawyer. Dr. Gideon Hausner, the Attorney General of the State of Israel in 1961, the prosecutor for the state in the Eichmann trial. Can you visualize the man in his chamber writing his opening remarks? I mean, he knows that his career may take him places, but will he ever rise beyond this moment?